Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another evening with Blockchain Braun. It's good to have you back with me. If you would, as you come into the door, if you would smash up the like buttons, subscribe and share with a friend, I would greatly appreciate it. Well, if you don't mind tonight, let me take a little bit of your time and we're going to do a comprehensive review of Ripple and XRP. Now, for those who don't know, Ripple is a technology-based company that provides blockchain-based payment solutions for financial institutions. Now, the company was founded in 2012, and the company focuses on creating a global payment network that enables fast, low-cost, international money transfers. Now, their primary product is RippleNet. It connects banks, payment providers, and digital asset exchanges to process real-time payments or RTPs globally. Now, you may be wondering, well, what problems is Ripple going to address when it comes to cross-border payments? What are the problems with cross-border payments that Ripple will address? Well, let's look at a few things here. With cross-border payments, what you're looking at is you have high transaction costs. You have slow processing times, 3 to 5 business days in a lot of cases. You have lack of payment tracking, which is a big problem. You have complex intermediary relationships, which is a huge problem too as well in dealing with cross-border transactions. And then you have to deal with ridiculous exchange rates when you're dealing with volatile currencies that fluctuate up and down violently. Well, Ripple's going to eliminate a lot of those problems. Well, how is Ripple going to do that? How is Ripple going to address a lot of those problems? Well, that brings in XRP. And this is why XRP is important with this Ripple relationship. Well, what is XRP going to do? What is XRP designed to do? Well, XRP acts as a bridge currency in Ripple's ecosystem. Now, with the Ripple ecosystem and XRP acting as a bridge currency in that ecosystem, it's going to enable instant currency conversion. It's going to provide liquidity for cross-border transactions. It's going to eliminate pre-funding requirements. And then also, you're looking at settlements in 3 to 5 seconds instead of 3 to 5 days. And this is absolutely brilliant, in my opinion. So let's look at a few things here. So, Blockchain Braun, what do you mean by eliminating liquidity issues or being able to facilitate things quickly? What type of costs are associated with cross-border payments? Why is cost so high? What happens to your money when it transfers? Well, let's look at a few things here. When you transfer money overseas, a lot of times you're going to be dealing with ridiculous exchange rates because of the volatile currency that you may be transferring money with or that your money is going to be paired with. And so what that means is by the time your money gets to its destination, let's say you send $1,000. Well, by the time it gets to that destination, instead of being $1,000, it may be like $500. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that is a problem. Well, what about the liaison, other banks? Why is another bank has to be used as an intermediary in order to facilitate a cross-border transaction? Well, a lot of times what ends up happening is another bank has to be used or another financial institution has to be used because it could be a safer way of transferring money cross-border. It offers that sort of stability, that sort of safety net in getting your money to its destination safely, because you don't want your money to go through a channel where it's going through a financial institution that's not trustworthy, that's not safe. Well, when you get with an intermediary bank that has a good standing, that has a level of trust, then that provides some stability. Well, with XRP, it's going to eliminate that because it's acting as that bridge currency. Then there's no need to use an intermediary in order for your money to get to its destination. XRP will take care of that problem. Well, What about the pre-funded situation or having pre-funded accounts in other places? What's that all about? Well, what I mean by pre-funded accounts is this. If you don't know, anytime you're going to do a cross-border payment, anytime you're going to send money overseas, then what you have to have is a Nostro account or our account with them that's set up in whatever country you're sending your money to. And what I mean by that is, let's say I'm sending money to Germany. Well, the United States will have to have an account in Germany set up with Germany's currency, which is German francs, in order to facilitate that transaction. So that's what I mean by pre-funded with that country's currency. Vice versa. Germany will have to have an account set up with us. Nostro, Vostro, their account with us. So Germany would have to have an account set up with US dollars in order to facilitate any transactions that Germany has with us in the United States. So that's the Nostro-Vostro relationship. Well, with XRP acting as the bridge currency, you eliminate that transactional relationship because XRP acts as that bridge. So now you don't have to pre-fund your account with that country's currency. And they don't have to pre-fund their account with us. That is absolutely amazing. Well, Blockchain Braun, when you talk about liquidity, well, what do you mean by that? How is XRP going to eliminate that issue? Well, with Ripple, they're going to have what they call on-demand liquidity. XRP provides that. By being a bridge currency, it is looking to provide that liquidity where you don't have to run into a lot of obstacles in something not being liquid, where maybe you have to find capital or raise capital somewhere else or do some type of sell-off somewhere else in order to have liquidity there in order to facilitate a transaction. Well, XRP is going to act as that bridge currency, which is going to provide that liquidity for you. Again, just absolutely amazing in being able to do that. So we've looked at those things. Now let's look at a few more other things in talking about Ripple and what it's designed to do. And maybe let's take a look at the ISO 222 integration. Now, what is ISO 222 integration, Blockchain Braun? What is that? I've never heard of that before. Well, ISO 222 is a new updated efficient messaging standard. It's all about the messaging. Anytime you're looking to do transactions like SWIFT, which is the biggest facilitator across the world as far as in doing money transactions, I don't know of any bigger than SWIFT. SWIFT may be the biggest. Well, SWIFT, in case you didn't know, SWIFT doesn't facilitate anything when it comes to money transactions. SWIFT is all about the messaging to make sure that what you're sending is going to get to its destination efficient, fast, and safe. Well, the ISO 222 is going to be the new standard for transactions. It's supposed to be even more efficient, it's supposed to be safer, it's supposed to be faster. Now, how does Ripple tie into that? Well, what Ripple's going to do in tying in to the ISO 222 is going to be in full compliance with the global payment standard. It's going to enhance that interoperability with financial institutions. It's going to provide data quality in all the transactions. And it's going to have that standardized messaging across all networks. Now, you're talking about something special. Ripple is something special. I think that's absolutely amazing. So, what is Ripple's outlook for the future? What is it going to do? What do you see it doing in the future? Well, I think what Ripple's going to do in the future is going to continue to expand its institutional partnerships. It's going to continue to grow the adoption of RippleNet, which I think is Ripple's main product and its main kind of use case as far as Ripple is concerned. It's going to develop a central bank digital currency solution, which I'll talk about that here in a minute. And then it's going to focus on regulatory compliance and legal clarity. And I think that's what's special about Ripple is it has looked to work with the financial institutions. it has looked to be in compliance with regulations. And it's looked to not rock the boat as far as in that particular area and arena. And for something that's looking to be in compliance, to me, that's telling me that it's looking to be a trustworthy company and a trustworthy institution. And I think that's very important. Anytime you're dealing with anything of finance, one of the main things is trust. And I think Ripple is looking to do that in the future.